Family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, bam! I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. All right, fam, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, this episode has probably been a couple of years in the making. I have wanted to conceal carry, or I've had the desire really, to conceal carry a 2011 now for a long time. And don't get me wrong, I have 2011s in my collection that could fit the bill. I've got my Combat Precision M5, which is a 4¼ inch barrel. Look, this gun is a phenomenal shooter. I've done multiple videos on it, have another one coming. And, you know, love my Combat Precision M5. I've got my Covert limited edition TWC9 Jacob Gray. This gun also phenomenal shooter, 4¼ inch barrel. Love it. And I have arguably the best 4¼ pistol out there. Certainly the best 4¼ in my collection right now. The Atlas Gun Works EOS. Just an unbelievable shooting 4¼ Some would say the ultimate concealed carry gun. Now when it comes to those guns, fam, the thing about it is a 4¼ pistol is not small. It's not small, particularly, and it's not light, particularly when you're talking about an all metal firearm, right? So I really was looking for a sub 4-inch 2011. Now, my 3.9 inch staccato C2 fit the bill. I don't have that here with me because it's out of my boy Skip's Guns, getting some work done to it. But that was the 2011 that I consistently carried. On a daily basis, it was either kind of my P365 XXL, which I have done up, or it was my staccato C2 upgraded by Monsoon Tactical. I'll put pictures of both of those guns up there. But what I really wanted was a 3.5 or less inch 2011. And there are not a lot of those out there. So there is like the Staccato CS. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Great gun, solid gun, no shade on it at all. Just wasn't really my jam. Wasn't really my jam. Now, Wilson Combat, you guys know I have the Wilson Combat EDC X9L, which is the long version, the 5-inch version of that gun. They do make like a 3¼ and that was the one I kind of had my eyes on because nobody else besides Wilson Combat and really Staccato had kind of entered that market space for that sub 4-inch 2011. So I was sitting back and I was like, and I had been complaining, fam, look. I have been complaining to my guys at Covert, when is somebody gonna make a sub 4-inch carry 2011 that's lights out? When is it going to happen? That's what I feel I'm missing in my collection. Like I said, I had the C2. It's a 3.9, really closer to 4-inch, and it's a thick, chunky girl. But look, you guys know I like them thick, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it is not ideal for a carry. Well, fast forward a couple of years of me having this conversation with Covert, and last year I get in 3 new Cosaint Arms pistols to review. A 5-inch, a 4.6 inch, and a 3.5-inch 2011. Now look, all three of those guns were phenomenal. They shoot great. If you haven't seen the review on those guns, stay tuned and I'll try to tag it at the end of the video so you can check that out. But I was really curious about that 3.5 because I told you this was the one that I felt was missing in my collection. And so sure enough, I go out and I shoot all three and I save that 3.5 for last. And fam, whew, I loved it. I loved it. I'll put up some video if I have it of me shooting it back then when I had it. And, you know, I started talking to Chris. Now, the other thing is, and one of the reasons why I thought this was kind of a better option than the Staccato CS, better option than the Wilson Combat EDC, is that this one was ported. And they had a couple of different porting options. They had like a chunk port option, and then they had kind of an inline porting option. And so the one I reviewed was the inline one, and that was a great shooting gun. But when I found out they had this chunk port, fam, I had to jump on it. Now, I'll put up the picture of what this gun looks like out of the box, and you know, I also put a picture of what the original kind of prototype version looked like when I shot it originally. So let me let you check those out. All right, fam, so look, phenomenal looking gun, great feeling guns, all that. But you know, fam, you know how I get down. I just cannot leave well enough alone, fam. I had to go in and make it 2A in LA ready. Check out your boys, Cosaint Arms, 3.5-inch 2011, done up by Cosaint and Covert Collaboration. Look, fam, this gun is drop dead sexy. We went out and we color coded PVD coated all of the small parts and the barrel just to give it a little more flavor, fam, just to give it a little more style. And I tell you, fam, I think the gun just came out beautifully. I'll let you check it out. Yeah, fam, I gotta say, fam, so look, this is just my initial impressions of the gun. We're gonna take this out to the range. We're gonna put it through the paces. We're gonna put a lot of rounds through it. My plan is for this to be my daily carry. So believe me, I'm gonna put a lot of rounds in it so that, number one, I'm confident about the reliability of the gun. And number two, I just get comfortable with the platform and everything. But look, fam, I'm telling you, for a little 3.5, it is weighted really well. I've got big hands, big paws, if you will, and I can still get a nice purchase on it. I had Covert add on a little tactical mag well for me. And again, I wouldn't want a big chunky mag well because this is a concealed carry, but that little tactical mag well right there really gives a place for my finger to kind of sit on. And yeah, fam, I gotta say, fam, I'm loving it so far. Yeah, Cosaint just makes good quality firearms. So some of you guys may not know about Cosaint. They're a smaller custom shop, but they've been making 2011s for many years now. I think as they have grown, the quality of their firearms have increased, the QC and the customer service level is there now. I think it's a perfect time to be considering a Cosaint Arms firearm. And I think good value for the money. This is right at the mid tier. But again, fam, we're not here to do a full review. We're just kind of here to give you my initial impressions, and I'm loving it so far. I added a Attribution RMR. I was back and forth. Should I put an SRO, RMR HD, Acro? What should I put on it? since this is not flexing for the gram, right? This is going to be my everyday EDC gun. I wanted something that was smaller, that was more EDC friendly. Same reason why I went with a more compact Streamlight TLR8 on it. It's got a light laser as well as a red dot, so I've got co-witnessing iron sight. So if I can't get something on target with 3 different systems, then something's wrong with me. I'll say that now. But look, fam, I am loving it so far. I can't wait, like I said, to get out on the range and put it through its paces. So stay tuned. The review is coming. All right, fam, that's it for this episode. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.